Comfort is killing you slowly. Your recliner, your routine, your risk-free existence. The path of least resistance that's become your daily road. This is how warriors fade into spectators. While great battles rage all around you, for your family, your faith, your future, you've settled for the safest seat in the house, watching life instead of leading it. But God didn't create men to observe. He created us to advance. Look at David. When everyone else in Israel's army stood paralyzed with fear, he ran toward Goliath, not because victory was guaranteed, but because the battle demanded engagement. Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God? This wasn't bravado. It was righteous indignation that something precious was being threatened, while stronger men did nothing. Too many Christian men have mistaken passivity for peace. We've confused avoidance with wisdom. We retreat from conflict in our marriages, abdicate leadership in our homes, remain silent when truth needs defenders, all while telling ourselves we're being patient, humble, gentle. But patience waits for the right moment to act, not for someone else to solve the problem. Humility knows your limitations, not ignores your responsibilities. Gentleness controls strength, not abandons it. What happens to a home when a father chooses comfort over confrontation? Children navigate life's hardest questions without guidance. A wife carries burdens never meant for her shoulders alone. And a legacy of spiritual leadership ends not with a battle cry, but with a whisper. Joshua faced a nation at a crossroads and declared, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." He didn't suggest, recommend, or hope. He decided. He led. He stood. This is the death that every passive man needs. The death of comfortable Christianity. The death of risk-free religion. The death of spectator spirituality. It will hurt. Growth always does. When muscles strengthen, they tear first. When character forms, it requires pressure. The man you're called to be exists on the other side of decisions that will demand everything you have. So what now? How do we rise? First, identify what you've been avoiding. That conversation with your son about the content he consumes. That boundary you need to establish at work. That sin you've let linger in the shadows. Name it. Look it in the eye. Second, destroy your escape routes. Passive men are expert escape artists. We retreat to our phones, our hobbies, our work. Cut off those exits. Be unavoidable to the responsibilities God has placed before you. Third, find men who refuse passivity. Iron sharpens iron, but only through friction and heat. Surround yourself with men who will call out your complacency, who will ask the hard questions about your leadership, your purity, your purpose. Fourth, start with the battle in front of you. Not the one that's coming someday, but the one already here. Your marriage needs leadership today. Your children need guidance today. Your community needs your strength today. When Moses approached the burning bush, God didn't outline the entire Exodus plan. He simply said, "Take off your sandals. This is holy ground." The first step was surrender and attention. Everything else followed. Men, we've been passive for too long. Our culture crumbles while we scroll. Our families fragment while we retreat. Our churches weaken while we watch. Rise up, step forward, engage. Comfort is killing you, but conviction can resurrect you. Let the passive man die today, so the leader God designed can finally live. The battles that matter most have never been won from the sidelines. Your family doesn't need your perfection. They need your presence. Your community doesn't need your criticism. They need your contribution. Your God doesn't need your excuses. He needs your obedience. The death of the passive man is not the end of your story. It's only the beginning.